So, yeah, things could be going a little bit better. Jordan Clark is out with pulled knee ligaments for about 2 to 3 weeks. Teo Adamarola sprained his ankle ligaments again. This is the 4th leg injury he's had. I take that back. If you go back to the beginning of the season, he broke his ankle. He broke his ankle, he pulled his ankle ligaments, he gashed his upper leg, he had a tight hamstring, then he sprained his ankle ligaments again. The kicker to all that is his physicals haven't improved, his finishing has gone down, his determination has gone up, which is very, very interesting. I know how good he can be. It's just, I don't remember him being this injury prone when I was playing him in the beta. And I just mean 5 different leg injuries over the course of a season is just absolutely insane. Hobson, Geddick are out on loan. Ethan Laird fractured a toe. Nathan Ferguson broke his ankle. So, my defensive backs are currently Ja Riedewald, Kasunu. Backing them up, we have Christian Canales, who can play wingback on the right, and then 1-star, 4.5-star, or 3.5-star potential Chris McCaskill, who can play both the left or right sides. And honestly, while he does have some potential, I will be the first person to admit that. If we're playing him in this game against PSG, we've had huge problems. So, yeah, as confident as I was going into this game a couple of days ago in game time, not so much now. Stockbridge, on the other hand, has improved to 3.5-star, 4.5-star potential. For a 20-year-old midfielder, he's absolutely been worth every pound we spent on him. Take a look at the scouting update here. Nuno Santos has been available for a while, but we want to filter by age. We'll go to 25. No, that's the free agent offers. We'd have to search by the cards. So we just have to get lucky here. Let's say Basola is a winger, or is a striker with promise. Juan Pablo Valadez is from Mexico. I'm taking a look at him. He's asking for a new contract. I don't think he's going to get it. He's a defensive center back who already is very, very physical. Mentally, he's solid. He's very good in a couple areas, but he's solid in the others. Technically, okay header, good marker, good tackling. Everything else has been on the low side, but again, 18 years old. So he is a Mexican international, I want to say. It's the one drawback about this skin. I'm remembering it now, is it doesn't show the international competitions. And I wish it did. And if it did, I am completely looking in the wrong location. Overview. Attributes happiness information. Anywho, we might make an offer for him at the end of the year. It depends. His current contract expires next year, but we might be able to get in and sneak an offer in on him. Christopher Ager is one of the best young defensive center backs, defensive midfielders in the game. We're not going to pay for him. Christopher Scott, jack of all trades, master of none. Although it seems he plays a very good advanced midfielder. Edson Alvarez is way too expensive. Munayin is too old. Why are you not sorting by age here? This is really kind of annoying. There we go. Omo Bomadele. I don't know that I can say that sober. is a very good defensive center back, but he's also quite pricey. And he's wanted by Man U and Southampton. So, since PSG, we drew with Arsenal 2-2 thanks to a brace of Clark goals. Burnley, we beat them. It was not exactly as good as the score makes it seem. They held us scoreless for the first 77 minutes, and then they just kind of slacked off at the end, allowing Xerxes to get a brace of goals. Pellegrini scored a goal in the 16th minute against Liverpool. It was just enough for us to hang on. Everybody, with the exception of Esposito and Xerxes, had really solid performances. Seone was a bit off as well. So was Kasunu, but the other guys made up for it. They really pushed us at the end, and we held on for the draw. So we got PSG at Parc des Princes today, and then we're going to play United as well. Currently in the league, we're in 4th place. We've got not a lot of games left in the season, and things are really starting to get really, really tight. From Leicester on up, it is a race to see who can qualify in the last 6 spots. Man City won the Carabao, so if they do qualify, their Carabao slot will go down. So it's possible the team that finishes in 7th could get European football. We have a chance, though. We have a chance to finish top 4. That's what we're aiming for. First place is definitely out of the question. Chelsea's running away with it. So we've got a Trippin in goal. Riedewald, Zagadou, Anderson, Kasunu as the defensive back 4. Seone and Gallagher as the midfielders. Esposito and Fatu as the attacking midfielders. Pellegrini and Xerxes up top as the strikers. Do I want to start Stockbridge? I do want to start Stockbridge. We'll bring Gallagher off the bench. Canales can play wing back. In this situation, I'm comfortable pushing him up and playing him wing back. Should the situation require it. So, we shall have to see. I think Neymar is playing this game. Yep, he's back. Donnarumma, Hakimi's back. Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Mendes, Kamara, Sabitzer, Rabiot, Griezmann, Neymar, Fati. You know you got a deep team when Clement Lenglet and Sergio Dest are on your bench. We are just looking for a good, solid performance. We're playing the same tactic we played last time. We're playing the same mentality. Marquinhos out to Mendes. He feeds Fati. Fati breaks left. He's in space. Gets it back to Mendes or to Rabiot. To Mendes. Fati. Turns around. Neymar's there, but he kicks it wide left. Neymar on the corner. Sends it in. Kamara's there. It's off the post. Kasunu clears it. Dodged a bullet there. Neymar on the kick in again from the corner. Fati's there again. Iturbe blocked it, but it went right to Fati. Or Kamara. Who they saying scored? No, Fati. Iturbe blocked it right to Kamara. That's okay. Kasunu on the throw to Xerxes. He tries getting it over Pellegrini, but it's knocked away. Neymar ends up with it. He gets it back to Marquinhos. Donnarumma sends it out to Kimpembe. Marquinhos is the resetting. Hakimi on the right gets it to Neymar. Neymar's dispossessed, but they give the ball right back to Sabitzer. Back to Donnarumma as they reset again. Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Kamara, Sabitzer up to Neymar. Gets it Fati. Over to Neymar. Neymar takes a shot. Iturbe punches it in the air. Neymar sends the corner kick in. Knocked away. Fati's going to run it down. Oh, Stockbridge intercepts that. Gets it out to Pellegrini. And the highlight ends. Kasunu on the throw-in. Crosses it in. Pellegrini's there off the crossbar. Kasunu sends it in. Pellegrini's there again off the crossbar again. Anderson on the free kick. Stockbridge. Kasunu. Back to Anderson. To Stockbridge. Back to Kasunu. To Anderson. To Kasunu. Anderson. Kasunu. In towards Pellegrini. Too far. Hakimi gets it. Kamara. Pellegrini absolutely misplayed that. Kimpembe. Up to Mendez. Back to Kimpembe. Up into space. Fati's running on. He's 1-on-1 with the Turbe, and he puts it far post. It was the attempted pass to Pellegrini that set that up. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's like when they insist on passing it to Clark via the air, expecting him to win a battle in the air, which is just not going to happen. He's not a header. 11 shots, 5 on target for them, 1 woodwork hit. 4 shots, 1 on target for us, 2 woodwork hits. They have the possession advantage, and they've used it to decent effect. I'm not going to yell at the guys. They're doing their best. We've had some bad luck. Zagadou to Xerxes. See, passes like that. Why are you... Pellegrini's not injured. He's healthy. He's fit. Why isn't he running onto it? Do I need to take passing into space off? I'm going to take passing into space off, and while I'm doing this, they're going to score. Or somebody got fouled. Jesus. Neymar. I don't think Iturbe's blocked a foul all season. Iturbe over to Anderson. Zagadou bombs it forward. Mendez wins the header. Griezmann to Fati. Sabitzer to Neymar, who scores from distance. Jesus H, are you kidding me? He didn't even try. Who is that? Is that Kasunu? It's Fatawu. We're going to bring Baena on for Esposito. We're going to bring Verona on for Fatawu. I got to get Canales on because Kasunu's gassed. Why are you saying that's a 1? He can play wingback. Maybe not well, but he can play it. This is what absolutely kills me. Fatuu's got 10 heading and 6 jumping reach. So let's lob the ball to him in the air and expect him to win a battle. Pellegrini knocks the ball away. Baena holds it up, feeds Verone, who totally passes it to no one. Xerxes went inside, and he passed it outside. And they get a 5th. Unreal. Freaking Riedewald's on a 5'9". I can't even take him off. Anderson's on a 6'0". Seone's on a 6'2". Xerxes on a 6'0". The Turbe's on a 6'0". Look, they're bombing it up into space, expecting their teammate to run up on it. We know that's not going to work. I'm speechless. I'm just sitting here watching what my guys are doing, going, which team is this? This is not the team that held them scoreless the first time. Or not scoreless, but drew with them the first time. I got 3 guys that are sub 6.0. Gee. Holy cow, what a freaking bloodbath. It's a massacre, Parc des Princes. We had our youth intake. Gee, I totally forgot about that. Get the save done here. Go back up here, youth. It's a really good youth intake. Holy cow. It's so good, I literally forgot about it. Alex Webb, 1-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability, defensive center back. Physically, not the best. Mentally, he's pretty strong in some areas. His positioning and teamwork are great. His anticipation is nice. Aggression, concentration, they're all there. The determination of 5 is a bit of a bummer. 9 marking, 14 tackling for a 15-year-old. 5'10", already 150 pounds. More facial hair in his life right now than I will ever have. He's 16. Totally signing him to a contract. Mark Hopper, 1.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, striker, midfielder. Physically, he's not too bad. He comes deep to get the ball already. Everything's nice. You know, the strength and the balance you can definitely work on. Mentally, with the exception of 4 determination, he's really good. 16 teamwork, 11 off the ball, 12 decision making, 11 composure, 11 bravery, 9 anticipation is not too bad, 8 vision is not too bad, 13 dribbling, 11 first touch, 10 passing, 13 marking, 13 technique. He's kind of got, I almost want to say he kind of has pressing forward written all over him. I just need to get his determination up. But he definitely has potential. Kean Clark, 1-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. Advanced midfielder, I would probably play him as midfielder. Physically, already fairly solid, can definitely improve. Mentally, with the exception of a 6 bravery, he's already not that bad. I would give him starts if I was a Vanarama team, that's for darn sure. Technically, yeah, he's good where it counts. The 11 technique, 12 passing, 12 marking, 12 or 15 first touch rather, only 8 dribbling. He'd be an okay deep lying forward. I'm thinking, especially if his physicals don't improve the way I think they will, he'd be a very good deep lying playmaker. We'll take a look at the good talents. We'll skip the decent talents. Rate Metz from Estonia. Half-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, striker. He's got deep line forward written all over him, especially with the 5 finishing. You know what? He's got potential. At the very least, we'll keep him on the squad for a couple of years. Get him trained up, improve him as best we can, and then move him on. Achilles Georgiou from Australia. We totally think Australian with that name. Advanced midfielder striker, can also play advanced midfield on the right. 5'7", 130 pounds. Physically, it's an interesting mix. The 4 balance is a bit off. Mentally, that's really not bad. It's actually really good, all things considered. When 8 positioning, 8 concentration, 7 bravery are your low ones, you're not doing too shabby, especially for someone who is 16 years old. 9 dribbling, 15 first touch is nice, 15 technique is nice. At this point, you're signing players like this in the hopes that they might turn into something. Now, chances are none of these guys will be good enough to ever start for the first team. On the offhand, there is a chance that, several of these guys, the top talents, could be well enough to be like at least squad players, if not better. I mean, if Mark Hopper ends up being 4 stars, he's definitely a starter. Leon Heath. This is really kind of the first bad one I've seen come through. And they're saying he's a good talent. At 2.5 stars, he's not. Ash Hornsby. For 15, that's not bad. And you have to keep that in mind when you're evaluating your youth players. Yeah, everybody wants the wonder kid who at 16 years old is the next coming of Messi. He's already 3-star current ability and topped out, or 15 plus in a bunch of areas. It's rare. It happens, but it's rare. Mirash Unal from Turkey. So we have a Turk, we have an Australian, we have an Estonian, and we'll look down here real quick. Northern Irish, and Belgian. That is one heck of a youth intake. Oh, and a Welshman. Because I didn't scroll down far enough. Mirash Unal. Midfielder on the left. Physically, it's interesting. The 5 strength is a bit of a bummer, but that's not too shabby. Mentally and technically, mentally, he's not bad. Technically, he's not bad either. I mean, he's got some low areas, but for the position he plays, those are pretty decent. I am going to try and get an overseas affiliate at the end of this season. Gareth Thomas will take a look at. Midfielder. If his passing and his strength came up, he has ball-winning midfielder written all over him. And then Christos Schleppus. Yeah, he's definitely a winger. 5'6", 121 pounds, 1 jumping reach. 4 heading. That's okay. My guys will still launch aerial balls at him. Mentally, he's just not good enough. Technically, he's not good enough. Physically, he's got some interesting possibilities, but no, I don't think we're going to sign him. They're saying offer Schleppus a contract because he had 2 goals in the game. And they're saying offer Heath a contract as too. So you know what? We'll offer Heath a contract too. We received $8.2 million for the Champions League. Francisco's actually doing a decent job at Portsmouth. Anderson reached the yellow card limit. Accepts his fine. And we have Man City coming up in 4 days. What could possibly go wrong? I swear it's been like a half hour and I'm still miffed about that game. The other thing I'm miffed about is our lack of depth because of so many injuries. It's not even funny. But we're starting Kusunu and Zagadou because they're the best of my available options. So we got Iturbe in goal, Riedewald, Zagadou, Sutalo, and Kasuna as the back four. Stockbridge and Gallagher as the midfielders, which we need to switch. Esposito and Fatuo as the attacking midfielders. Xerxes and Pellegrini up top as the strikers. We're facing Alte. He's been a very good keeper for United. Brain, Shaw, Messina, Musiala, Greenwood, Pogba. Juan Bissaka's on the bench. De Gea's on the bench. Tuanzebe's on the bench. There's a lesson to be taken away from this episode is that you can never have a deep enough bench. I did an AC Milan save a couple years ago when I first fired it up. I about fell out of my chair because I had 103 players on the roster. I thought it was an error. Xerxes takes the shot and he puts it away from distance. Well done. His 27th goal of the season. Kasunu up to Fatu. One tapped it over to Stockbridge, who sent it to Pellegrini. He turned around and sent it to Xerxes. Defenders were out of position. Alte came out, made a very Matrix-like save, and attempt, I should say. Made a very Matrix-like save attempt and missed. Kasunu on the throw-in. Stockbridge back to Kasunu. Sends it in towards Esposito. Dallo knocks away. Gallagher chests it down, though. Gets the ball to Riedewald. Back to Gallagher, who sends it in towards Pellegrini. Xerxes there, but Alte a very nice save. We've seen that before. Kind of sucks at something the other team, though. Oh, they misplayed it. Musiala ends up with the ball. Holds it up. Crosses it in. Zagadou heads it away. Pogba runs it down. Gives it to Fernandez. Back to Pessina. Pogba. Greenwood was well offsides. Iturbe, all the way out to Fatu. Nice first touch. Gets it back to Stockbridge. Sends it back to Fatu. They misplayed the through pass. Kasunu gets the ball back. Fatu. Stockbridge. It's dispossessed. Kasunu can't play it. Musiala ends up with it. Gets it to Vlahovic. He stops, turns around, gives it to Musiala. Musiala on the left. Holds it up. Back to Shaw. Shaw looping cross in. Greenwood's there, but it goes high and left. Kasunu on the throw-in. Gallagher up to Esposito. Sends it in. Pellegrini's there, but he heads it high and left. With a 1-0 lead at halftime on 7 shots, 4 on target, and a slight possession advantage, we're doing well. Sutalo runs the ball down. Gets it to Iturbe. Zagadou. Gallagher. Up towards Fatu, who heads it down to Pellegrini. Pellegrini launches it towards Xerxes. Xerxes back to Riedewald. Riedewald to Esposito. Back to Gallagher. Feeds Esposito. Sends it back to Zagadou. What the heck is up with that? Sutalo. Feeds Esposito. And Alte a very nice save. He launches it forward. Kasunu heads it down, goes right to Pessina. He gets the ball out to Musiala. Musiala to Vlahovic, loses it. Pellegrini ends up with the ball after the long kick and is dispossessed. Varane to Pogba, up to Vlahovic, who got by the defenders. He sends it wide to Greenwood, who absolutely buries it far post. That was nice. That was nice. I'm going to watch this on the big screen here. Vlahovic comes in, Iturbe comes out, forces him wide. He passes to Greenwood, who just absolutely puts it far post past a diving Iturbe. That was well done. That was a very nice way to lay off the ball there. Shaw on the throw-in. Musiala back to Shaw. Shaw up in space for Pogba. Oh, Iturbe, a nice save. Fernandez. Pogba. Centers it to Greenwood off a Palace player, and it's headed out of bounds by Xerxes. Iturbe launches it. Why are you sending it towards Fatuwu? He's not a header. Fatuwu has no aerial game. Greenwood, on the other hand, does. We need to make some tactical changes here. We're going to bring Laird on for Kasunu. We're going to bring Wanjo on for Zagadou. Fatuwu. Shaw knocks it out of bounds for throwing after Fatuwu tried getting too... What's the word I'm looking for? Pretty is the wrong word. I gotta check something. I have to check something. Roll it out, distribute to fullbacks. Pacina to Maguire to Greenwood. Oh, Vlahovic got by the defenders. Rounds it, Iturbe, puts it in. Jeez. I don't know why this is bothering me so much. It's late in the season. We're still on a good run. It's just the guys, for whatever reason, have started just... I don't know. I don't know. We're going to come off a positive. Go to the attack. It's like certain players are just absolutely fallen off for whatever reason. Esposito hasn't scored in a few games. Pellegrini hasn't scored. Even, since Clark's been injured. Nice backheel pass. Verone sends it in. Fernandez, Vlahovic. Nice save by Iturbe. Corner kick, Fernandez. Esposito's gas, so we're going to bring on Baena. Sandro throws it into Musiala. Sancho back to Musiala. Inside, outside, and he's fouled. Are you kidding me? We've given up 10 goals this episode. That's just... I don't want to see this again. That's just... Riedewald's on a 6'2". Gallagher's on a 6'4". This is a bad time of the year for the guys to have a bad run of form. A 4-1 loss. Gallagher, you don't get to be demotivated when I tell you played badly, when you played a 6'4". The good news is all the teams in the top 6 are beating each other up. The win for Man United brings them into a tie for 6th. We have an international break. I got 11 players on international duty. Hopefully they all come back healthy. The season is slowly winding down. We are going to come back for Sheffield United Leicester. Do an end-of-season review. Hopefully we'll keep our stranglehold. Well, come back for an end-of-season review. Hopefully stay top 4. If not, European football in some fashion. These last 2 games, though, this was a lot of goals scored against us. PSG shutting us out was an absolute just... I have no words for it. What a horrible, horrible performance. And it's after we were coming off a run of some very nice games where the only loss we had was against a very decent West Ham team, who, if I recall, is top 6 themselves. Yeah, they're currently in 3rd, so they're no slouches. Just for whatever reason, we played like absolute crap this game. Well, I certainly didn't like what I saw this episode. I can imagine you guys didn't like it either. Questions, criticisms, comments, I'm sure there ought to be a couple. Leave those down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. We'll come back for Sheffield United and Leicester and hopefully end the season on a high note. But I suspect the team is going to look drastically different in a couple areas come next season, which means I'm going to start scouting again right now, looking at the free agent list and whose contracts are expiring. Because I have £143 million to spend, and I'm going to spend it. And 500,000 pounds of wiggle room in the payroll. So, yeah, FM Jellicoe is going on a spending spree. Hopefully I'm not going to overpay for the wrong players. But like I said, God, it's just a horrible, horrible performance. We'll get over it. I'll get over it eventually. Maybe. A few years from now. That said, my name's FM Jellicoe. I thank you for watching.